Hello viewers and welcome to my new video. Today's video is going to be a story of love, unity, coming together, togetherness, dark versus light, hate versus love. So stick with me if you want to find out what I'm actually talking about. Recently, we have seen something absolutely horrible in the UK, and these were race riots effectively. So, what happened? There was an incident in a town of Southport, which is absolutely tragic, where some little kids were killed effectively by this man, who then happened to be coming from an ethnic minority background. And that event in itself, at least on the face of it, seems to have caused a lot of these people who perhaps either belonged to these sort of racist or fascist types of organizations to come out to the streets effectively and start what they called protests, but ultimately these were full-blown riots, destroying property, looting shops, and things like that. This was also further fueled by certain figures in politics and other places, through media, through certain types of media platforms as well, including social media. And it kind of started getting a bit out of hand. I have been talking to a lot of people who I know who represent various ethnic minority backgrounds here in the UK. And a lot of people have actually felt very uneasy, threatened, scared, afraid for their own and their families', life, health, well-being, and things like that. And it's kind of created a lot of the feeling of not feeling welcome and all these different things. Luckily, this was contained quite quickly, and within the few days, the government has actually acted very swiftly, and a lot of the people who took part in those riots were then arrested and very quickly sentenced. However, this certainly was a display of hatred on a massive scale, where people were effectively attacking some of the buildings, like hotels, where asylum seekers were being accommodated. Fortunately, the police stopped some of these attacks, but imagine what could have happened had these mobs got inside, or I think some of them actually had got inside those hotels, but had they gone into people's bedrooms where people actually were staying, what types of consequences this could have had. In the weeks leading up to all this, what I've just described, I had been attending a skating group in Manchester called Skate Safe, which is an amazing group of people with amazing energy, positive energy, very welcoming, and a lot of them are actually musicians as well. So big shout out to the group. As part of me joining the skating group and learning how to skate, I discovered that they actually contribute and have been contributing for the last couple of years to Manchester Carnival. I was actually invited to be part of Manchester Carnival, and the idea was that our group would be effectively on skates, about 50 people skating behind the float, whilst there were other floats with like dancers behind them and various different things. A lot of preparation had gone into the carnival, including building costumes, preparing dancing routines, you name it. What's really interesting about the whole carnival is that the route of the carnival actually goes through areas of Manchester where there is a big Caribbean community. For example, there's a sort of big black community, but also there's Asian people living there. There's white people living there. So there's quite a mixture of different cultures and backgrounds. So the day of the carnival was the 10th of August, and that was the Saturday of the same week when these riots actually started. So effectively, we were like completely stunned, a lot of people living in the UK, by what was going on. And I think somewhat taken by surprise as well. And, when you were watching the news, I personally, couldn't believe what was going on. And also because the atmosphere was so tense and scary in a way, I actually wondered to myself, what was it going to be like during the carnival itself, especially that the carnival was sort of involved a lot of these, groups from sort of ethnic minority backgrounds. On the day of the carnival, the atmosphere was absolutely amazing. Everybody arrived early morning at the venue where all the preparation was taking place, and the costumes were being tried on, and so it was a great atmosphere of friendship and unity. People of different cultures and backgrounds coming together as one to make the day an amazing experience for everyone. When we finally joined the parade, you could just see all sorts of cultures, all sorts of people from different backgrounds, different walks of lives, different cultures, amazing colors all over, clothes, costumes, you name it. People and communities expressing themselves and showing what the community spirit is all about. It was a fantastic experience with music and dancing. All this in contrast to the events that preceded it all over the country sort of warmed my heart. It proved to me that people coming together, uniting, is such an amazing thing. People working together, people having fun together, enjoying themselves. It was absolutely incredible. So through this video, I just wanted to send a message as well to say that unity, togetherness, always wins, always provides the positive feelings and emotions. And people are capable of coming together regardless of where you're from, of your ethnic origin, of whatever you might look like, whatever you might believe in. It doesn't matter. We can all coexist successfully in harmony. So thank you very much, Skate Safe, for inviting me along and allowing me to be a part of such an amazing event and experience. And this is it for today's video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.